have angina.
But I know it's not perfect, but maybe that's what we need.
Hi guys! It's been a quick minute. The last time I actually uploaded a real story time was in April. It was my Supernatural Convention story time, which was like the best one I've ever done. And that's part of the reason why I left, because after that, I was kind of like bored, you know? Because like, that was such a high moment of my life that I was like, now what? Like, I didn't really have any story times that could like even compare to that. So I guess I like left. My friend's here supervising this, sorry. I guess I left just because like I felt uninspired and like I didn't really have any good stories, so I just wanted to wait until some came along. And I actually wanted to make my comeback on the 4th of July. In case you guys don't remember, I uploaded a aesthetic summer video. It was like a music video to Do in Time by Lana Del Rey. But I had to take it down because it got muted for copyright. It's not even her song! It's a cover by Sublime! Now, I love Lana. I'm not saying it's her fault. Whoever they are, you know what I'm saying. It's their fault. I actually got really petty after that, and so that's why I was gone for even longer. I would have been back by now, like uploading videos more frequently, had it not been for that. Now on to today's, which is the moment you've all been waiting for. It is Float Memes Part 2! The very anticipated sequel to Float Memes Part 1. They order this large round table pizza and have it delivered all the way out there, and once it gets there, they eat it in front of us all. They sit there in the treehouse with the pizza, just the two of them, and eat it! All of it! In front of us! Welcome back. Prepare for more fun memories and tea! First of all, senior year. So this is our last float. The entire theme was TV shows. So freshmen were sci-fi fantasy, sophomores were cartoons, juniors were talk shows, and seniors were reality TV. That being said, we had 4 different shows for ours. Keeping Up with the Kardashians, of course.
I'm Kendall.
I'm Ken. Survivor.
We're never gonna make a fire. We're gonna freeze at night and die.
The Bachelor.
How are you, Joe?
Joe who?
Joe Mama!
And Jersey Shore.
Yeah, Benny. I got punched in the face in one of your parties and I can still feel it.
I got to be Snooki. It was such a fun experience. My mom rolled a sock, put it in my hair, and it was like Snooki's bump. It was really cool. Like, I loved my outfit for Snooki. I also got to be a girl in The Bachelor, so I had like a line. It was really cool because I got to say it like along with my friend behind the camera here. She had 2 lines.
Girl number 1.
Girl number 1 and girl number 2. Even though the mics delay, so it's like you can hear your voice, but you can hear it coming out of the speakers at the same time, so it sounds weird. We didn't mess up!
Only one.
Everybody did really great. I would say that some of the most interesting aspects of Float was the guys' dance. They choreographed it themselves like they always do. And it turned out great. Like, they were fantastic. I just could not keep a straight face whenever they were practicing their dance because it was literally like...
Yellow model G, yellow model sequin, yellow Lamborghini, yellow stop missing. Yeah.
We had the girls dance, which was really fun because we got to dance to Wannabe by the Spice Girls. who I love. The girls' dance was really fun because we got to wear really pretty like dresses like they do on The Bachelor. The changing of the outfits was kind of hard, but it was still fun because I had 3 costume changes and my Snooki outfit was adorable. And my Survivor outfit was kind of fun to make because we just took white t-shirts and rubbed them in the dirt. I used a fake name for him in the last video. I think it was Bill. I'll use Bill. One of the nights he brought cookies for the people who came on time. And since me and Isabel were on time, we got a cookie. Another story time about that with cookies. Me, Isabel, and my other friend Sammy, we heard that NHS, which is the National Honor Society, was having a like an induction meeting of some sort the same night as we were practicing for float. And our friend Macarena, who was in float and who is in NHS, she came back and was like, sorry I'm late, like I just got back from the induction meeting. I'm like, oh cool. And she was like, oh look, I got a cookie. I'm like, they gave you cookies? I ran out of the classroom across campus and I was like, cookies! Unfortunately, we did not get a cookie because the teacher who runs the NHS, he's very like strict about how he runs things. I absolutely love him. He's like one of my favorite teachers ever, but he's just very particular about how he runs things. And when it comes to the clubs that he runs, like if you're not in the club, you will not get a cookie. So I knew that when I saw him walking out of there with the box of cookies, I was like, oh, there's no way I'm gonna ask him for one. So literally me, Isabel, and Sammy stopped, like skidded to a stop, and we just went, oh, where's Macarena? Like pretending we weren't trying to get a cookie, we were just looking for Macarena. But I think you knew, because
We were sprinting.
we were literally running straight toward the building, and then we stopped once we saw him, and we're just acting really obvious about it. We had so many good nights, like when Keith, he started doing karaoke, so he was singing like Melanie Martinez songs. So when he started singing Mad Hatter, I was like, yes! Hit that wall! Once again, using the same fake name as in the last video for the guy who ran Flow. Newt, he's a noob, and he tries really hard. He tries really hard to keep control, you know, and like keep us all like organized and stuff. When it came the final nights of Float, they couldn't do the conga line. Like they had a conga line in their dance. So he literally got so upset that he took them away from the group. So he took all the guys away, and then he tried to teach them how to do a conga line. It's like, you guys are seniors in high school. How do you not know how to do a conga line?
You're 17, 18 years old. It's not that hard.
We love them. We love them. Don't get us wrong. I don't remember if it was before or after Newt got really triggered about the conga line. But
It was before.
It was before? Okay. So, before that, him and one other guy, they were talking, and I don't know what it was about, but I remember me and Isabel heard Newt suddenly say, my nipples are cold! And we just slowly turned and looked at him, and we were like, you good?
What? We've heard worse.
We had the partners dance for the Survivor portion because, like, you know, you gotta work together to survive or whatever. So that was kind of the vibe of the dance. So it was more of, like, working together rather than, like, oh, you're so cute. I was really nervous that, like, I was gonna get last picked again. But somebody actually asked me, and I was like, oh. My poor friend Isabel here, let me tell you the tea! We're gonna call him Ted because that was the name I used for him in the last video. He didn't show up to very many flow practices. He showed up to like 2. And they were supposed to be partners for the partner dance because she asked him and he said yes. He was already like showing signs of not being responsible already, but then the night of float comes. Isabel's like, you know, he hasn't been showing up, like, does he even know the dance? So like, you should probably ask him. So she goes and asks him, sorry, I can't say that word. I can't say it. She goes and questions him about it. And he's like, oh yeah, I don't know the dance, so I'm not doing it, sorry. Bitch!
She couldn't have said that before the night of float. I bought a white shirt for the specific dance.
She made it dirty.
Well, I
for
did
nothing.
give it to Macarena because she didn't have one, but still.
It was 3 hours before, and on top of that, another guy asked her to be his partner because his partner wasn't there, so he didn't think she was going to show up. So he's like, hey, just be my partner. and we'll call him
Marty McFly.
Marty McFly because he was fly AF. He asked her to be his partner, so she was like, sure, why not? Like, we're good to go, right? Nope, his partner ended up showing up, and because he was such a gentleman, he's like, well, my partner's here now, so like, I gotta go, you know.
She was nice.
Yeah.
And
like,
told me.
I guess it worked out in the end, but like, you know, she really wanted to be in that dance, and you know, she didn't have to show up to the practices for that, you know, but she did anyway because she thought she was gonna be in it, so it was a waste of time and effort, and so that just makes me really mad that Ted did that to her. Now on to the other T. Tuesday night.
I added like 5 people on your Snapchat.
Who did you add? What? No, you didn't! No, you didn't! Shut up! Isabel!
No, it's fine.
Did you add back?
Not yet.
Oh my god!
Cora, it's not like you liked it.
I know, but he's hot! Alright, sorry about that.
Could you please edit that part out except for you were like, hi!
2 nights before float ended, they decided to change the location for practice from school to this random ass park I had never heard of, had no idea how to get there, and since I had just started driving myself places, I wasn't used to driving at night, so on top of that, it made me really nervous because, you know, it's getting towards winter, so it gets dark earlier, so by the time practice started, it was already pitch black, so I'm like, okay, like, relax, like, you can do this, so I put in the address, and I drove myself there, got lost twice on my way there because I took a wrong turn. Finally get to the park, I parked my car, and literally it was so dark outside that not even my flashlight on my phone was like very helpful. I'm kind of like getting anxious now, and I go to this park, I don't even see a sign that says blah 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 park. And so I'm there waiting for them for like 20 minutes until I finally figure it out. There's no streetlights here. So they must have gone back to the school to practice. And they didn't tell me. I'm not in the group chat, like I wasn't in the group chat because I'm an Android user. But it's like, okay, my dad and my sisters all have iPhones, and I've been in a group chat with them for years.
It was over a certain limit though.
Okay, but like still, somebody could have told me. One day Isabel wasn't there because she's the one that is actually the navigator. I suck at navigation. I don't know street names, I don't know north and west, so that's why I got lost. I tried to get back to my car so I could drive back to school to see if they were there, but I couldn't find my car because it was so dark and I'd wandered so far away, I didn't know where I was. Now I'm like really freaking out because I can't find my car, nobody's there, anything could have happened to me. At one point I thought I was being followed, but it turns out some guy was just getting mail out of his mailbox. I called my friend Sammy, the one I mentioned earlier, and she didn't pick up at first, so then I called my other friend, and he did pick up. And I'm like, are you guys at the school right now? And he's like, yeah, like, they didn't tell you? I'm like, no, I'm not in the group chat. He's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. So he tried to help me. He like tried to find me on Google Maps and like navigate me back to my car. But he, you know, it was too hard. So Sammy ended up calling me back. She was at home. She didn't want to go to practice that night. But she offered to pick me up anyway and help me find my car because that is what a good friend does. It's a damn good thing Sammy picked me up and took me back to my car because by then I was still able to make it to practice, and even though I was pissed off, I still practiced like the boss that I am. Thank goodness nothing like that ever happened after that for float because 2 days after that was the actual float performance and we all killed it. We got first place, we raised over $1,000 for Open Heart Kitchen. For the most part, like of course float was amazing and like I'm really gonna miss doing it because like that was always my favorite part of the school year. Like over the summer I would always look forward to being in float again. I am gonna be going to community college next year as well as Isabel, so you know we're just gonna find something else to do with our lives.
Be the next Steven Spielberg.
Be the next Steven Spielberg, exactly. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. I'm sorry that I kind of left you guys hanging, you know, for so long, but I'm not sorry that I was gone for so long because I needed it. That was what was best for me. So thanks to Isabel for guest starring periodically in this video, and I'll see you guys around. Happy Thanksgiving.
I know many of us are stressed about life after high school. I know I am. But I also know that you need to do what makes you happy. We're all still young and have our whole lives ahead of us. So why not have some fun along the way? That's all I have for you today. Thanks for everything. And remember, it's always a great day to be a cowboy.